Hello students, I am Raman Gupta from Government College Bara. In this video, I'll teach you some literary terms. Before teaching literary terms, let's know about the word literary terms. What does it mean? Literary terms refer to the technique. Students, there are some literary terms I tell you uh, that some literary terms are prescribed in your syllabus that you have to read and study. These are very useful, and let's see the definition of these literary terms. So, these terms refer to the technique, style, and formatting used by writers and speakers to masterfully emphasize, embellish, or strengthen their compositions. Literary terms can refer to playful techniques employed by comedians to make us laugh, or witty tricks wordsmiths use to coin new words or phrases. They can also include the tools of persuasion that writers use to convince and drive audiences to action. With their carefully crafted speeches geared towards both logical and emotional thinking, they challenge our everybody modes of thinking. Literary terms also include powerful figurative language that writers use to summon emotion, ranging from guilt to anger to bliss, and to allow us to see the world in new and magical ways. Words can be arranged to give poems, songs, and prose alike rhythm and musicality. They can animate a story with such wealth of detail, character development, and action that as readers we are taken by a story and feel as if the people on the page are real. Literary terms have a wide range of application, from the poet's beauty to the speaker's persuasion to the novelist's story development. So now we start the first literary term which is in our syllabus, simile. Let's see the definition of simile. Simile is a comparison between two dissimilar or similar objects. It is also a comparison between dissimilar objects. On the other hand, simile is an immense way to express ideas in epics and other literary works. For example, if it is said that he is brave like lion, there it is simile which has been used. But if it is said that he is as brave as his brother, here it is a comparison between two brothers. So simile is a comparison between dissimilar objects and is led by like or as. So there is another definition of simile is a figure of speech that directly compares two things. Similes differ from metaphors by highlighting the similarities between two things using words such as like or as. while metaphors create an implicit comparison. Metaphor is a different figure of speech or literary term. This distinction is evident in the etymology of the word simile derives from the Latin word simile, while metaphor derives from the Greek word metaphor, while similes are mainly used in forms of poetry that compare the inanimate and the living. There are also terms in which similes are used for very important things. So, the next point is its kinds. We can say similes are of different kinds. Similes are similes, but manner to express them extend their scope and meaning. Some short poems like lyrics, ballads, odes have short similes for decoration in themselves. But as we know, huge castles demand huge gates. Long poems like epics demand long tailed similes. By this way, we can classify them in two kinds. The first is short simile, while the other is long tailed simile. Next is Homeric simile. Homer, the great ancient writer, whose two epics, Iliad and Odyssey, are immense, exercised long tailed similes in his works to make the object worth quotable. He exercised some similes from history and classics, and throughout his works we can easily observe his great art to practice similes. The another form is Miltonic simile. Though many poets exercised similes in their works for different purposes, but it was Milton who exercised similes in his poems to make them worth praising and to surprise, amuse, and even amaze the readers. His similes are also a picture before our a creative picture before our eyes by their surprising features. He had borrowed some of them from his predecessors, but he was also original when he exercised myths, history, and classics through his simile. It is why the Miltonic similes are marked for their suggestiveness. Now let's see the use and function of the similes. The function of similes is very common. The use, the purpose is very common. That it adds some more scope in favor or disfavor of any object because of its amazing way of expressing the ideas. It keeps on working till the compared object is engulfed by the main object, and by this way it establishes a new origin to express ideas through comparison. And in exercising this literary device or sound device, Milton got perfection, which can be easily observed throughout his works. In the works of Milton, we can easily see, we can easily find the perfection in using similes. He has frequently used similes. So, this is all about similes, students. Simile is a very important literary device. There are many other devices, and in the coming videos we'll study all of them. So read it well and prepare it. I hope you have understood this. Thank you and have a nice day.